The Young and the Restless spoilers for Friday, July 30th, tease that Ray Rosales will return to secretive Sharon Rosales while Chelsea Lawson schemes behind Adam Newman's back. Phyllis Summers will also seek Summer Newman's boss, so here's what viewers can expect on Friday's show. Your fans know Ray was assigned to be Chelsea's police escort, so Sharon wasn't thrilled about that. However, Ray felt obligated to do the job he was told to do. Besides, Ray seems to have a soft spot for Chelsea despite her poisoning plot. He has compassion for Chelsea as someone who was pushed over the edge by Adam, so he's willing to offer support. Although Ray hasn't been gone that long, his absence has still taken a toll. Sharon has become a rattled mess thanks to her recent conversation with Adam. All that talk about Sharon's old desire for bad boys really got to her, especially since Ray is the total opposite of that. Deep down, Sharon may fear she's trying to convince herself Ray's the right guy for her. Regardless, Sharon will no doubt give Ray a warm welcome home and try to hide how much Adam's been on her mind. Ray may sense that Sharon is holding back in some way, but she'll probably act like everything's fine. Of course, there could be some tension if the conversation shifts to Chelsea. Sharon doesn't like it when Ray offers too much praise for Chelsea's progress, so she could get annoyed if he returns home gushing about how well Chelsea's doing in Minnesota. As for Chelsea, she was a bit too quick to surrender to Adam's demand. Chelsea protested when Adam told her to send Connor Newman back to Genoa City with Ray, but he wore her down awfully fast. Just because Chelsea let Adam win the battle doesn't mean he's won the war. Chelsea always seems to have another tool in her arsenal, and this time it'll be Chloe Mitchell. Chloe will plot with Chelsea on Friday, July 30th, so it sounds like they'll have a video chat strategy session. Perhaps Chelsea will push Chloe to watch Adam closely now she's working at Newman Media. Chelsea might think it's wise to gather ammo in case of custody drama down the road. Whatever the case, Chelsea will do some scheming and presumably deliver new orders to Chloe. Phyllis will do some research as she pursues a new clue. This will eventually lead to the discovery that Summer's boss is headed to Los Angeles. Phyllis will think this is the perfect opportunity to catch a flight of her own and meet Angelina Marchetti in person, but there's more to the story. Phyllis should be intrigued to learn Angelina is meeting with Eric Forrester at Forrester Creations, where Sally Spectra was formerly employed. More puzzle pieces will land in Phyllis' lap as she prepares to jet off to LA and find out all there is to know. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Sally's web of lies is crumbling. The Young and the Restless spoilers teases that Jack Abbott will dump Sally Spectra while Ashland Locke confesses to Harrison Locke. Kyle Abbott will also spy on Tara Locke, so let's discuss all the action happening on Thursday's Your episode. At the Abbott mansion, Kyle will speculate that maybe Tara found out Sally was involved in Summer Newman leaving for Italy. Jack won't think that's true, but he'll feel like Phyllis Summers must view this as proof that Sally and Tara were in cahoots. At the Grand Phoenix, Sally will argue that Summer's having the time of her life in Italy. She'll deny sending Summer there, but she'll act like Phyllis should be thanking her if she was responsible. When Phyllis drops hints about the security footage in the elevator, Sally will rant about her rival spying. Suddenly, Tara Locke will appear and insist she can't wait any longer. She'll want to be left out of the drama and will head for the door. Wow, how does that feel being thrown under the bus? Phyllis will ask Sally. At Devin Hamilton's penthouse, he'll come home and find out Moses Winters let Amanda Sinclair in earlier. Devin will suggest having a key made for Amanda, so she'll wonder if he's really ready to level up like that. After Devin insists he was just throwing the idea out there, he'll suggest celebrating Amanda's work on Sutton Ames' case. Amanda will want to focus on them instead, so Devin will be fine with that. Once they make love, Amanda will reflect on how different her life could have been if Richard Nealon had raised her. Devin will wonder if maybe Richard could have convinced Nya Benedict to be involved in her daughters' lives, but Amanda will doubt it. She'll think it's clear Nya is never going to stand up to Sutton. Devin will point out that Nya has come a long way and will add that she brought Amanda into the family, even when she knew Sutton could be exposed. Amanda will wonder if Devin thinks Nya wanted the truth to come out on some level. Devin won't be willing to go that far, but he'll definitely see hope for Nya and Amanda's relationship. After they discuss Imani Benedict entering Amanda's life, Amanda will praise Devin for always being so positive. Amanda will also thank Devin for believing in her, but he'll counter that it's easy to do when you love someone. "You know I do, right? I love you," Devon will insist. Once Amanda gets past her surprise, she'll tell Devon she loves him, too. At Victoria Newman's place, Ashland will offer updates on an appointment he made with a specialist in New York. Ashland will plan to discuss his treatment options, but he'll warn Victoria to keep her expectations in check. Victoria will wonder if Ashland wants to talk to Harrison before they go. She'll also question why Ashland feels it's so important to speak with Harrison about his illness alone. Victoria will point out that if Billy Abbott had big news like that, she'd want to at least be there when he shared it. Ashland will feel like Victoria has a knack for getting through to him. He'll wish they'd met sooner, but Victoria will contend that maybe younger versions of themselves wouldn't have hit it off. Ashland won't be able to imagine any version of himself not falling head over heels. He'll want Victoria to forget all that garbage about not getting in too deep and will argue that he was mostly protecting himself. Ashland will suggest he didn't want to be reminded of how little time he had left. Victoria will feel like it's crucial for them to take advantage of every moment together. Back with Tara, she'll deal with Jack and Kyle's grilling session. Tara will claim she got a confusing text, so she went to talk to Sally about it. Will explain that Sally put it together that Phyllis sent the text from Sally's phone. Tara will act like Phyllis was being childish and will call this a waste of time. After Kyle shows Tara the video Phyllis sent, Tara will think that's creepy. Tara will ask if Phyllis is obsessed and will rant about how she felt roped into Phyllis' pointless feud with Sally. Tara will admit to flying off the handle, but she'll assure Jack and Kyle that she did nothing to Summer. She'll argue that it sounds like Phyllis won't stop until she runs her out of town along with Harrison. After Jack leaves to take care of this, Kyle will defend Phyllis somewhat since she's overly protective of her daughter. Once Ashland arrives, he'll want to say goodbye to Harrison ahead of his trip. Ashland will admit he's decided to seek treatment and will be willing to let Tara be present when he tells Harrison about his illness. Since Ashland won't want to poo,